Hey everyone, it's Iroko here. You know what thing in my life I really hated? Working retail. And I know plenty of people out there have. And we all know how much it sucked. But recently, I left a company that I'd been working for a while. And we thought we'd have some fun with it. So, here is Beth, Morton, aka Knadire, and I just talking about some Walmart. So, check it out. Alright. So, The Supermarket Monster by, it doesn't say who.
I mean, it does say later on, I think. Credit to BBC, credit link, yes.
The credit to VVC. Truly one of the best horror writers of our generation.
Alright, we ready for this?
Boy, am I.
Oh boy, alright, here we go. Once, in a place far away, a very long time ago, there was a boy named Roger.
Excuse you, Beth, I want you to reread that sentence.
Okay, hang on.
You
Once in a place
mispronounced
far
a word.
away, a very long time ago, there was a boy named Roger.
No, you messed it up again, Beth.
What am I missing?
There was Ann Boy.
Oh, there was Ann Boy. Okay, that's what I'm missing. I'm sorry. There was Ann Boy named Roger. He was tall, but a bit round. He lived in a big city where unusual things seemed to happen every day. For example, his uncle died. Anyway, Roger had lots of things to say. all the people he used to like were now his enemies because he changed. He used to be a really successful banker named Ron, but then he decided to go another way, and now he's a hobo named Roger.
Hober.
Because of this, his friends thought that they didn't like him anymore, so they said, "You're our enemy now." And Roger was like, "Oh no, I have no friends, but loads of enemies."
Roger lives day to tomorrow by the change he gets off strangers outside McDonald's. But sometimes when he gets enough money, he goes to the local shopping center called Teco. He can only buy things when they are on sale, so he only buys things only buys things when they are on sale because he doesn't have any much money. Sometimes he even gets enough change to buy chicken when it's on sale. He goes into KFC and says, "Can you cook this for me?" And they do it because they are his enemies and spit in the food. Yuck. That one calls for a shot.
Getting into the alcohol already, are we?
I need to spike the lemonade in a bit.
Should I go ahead and take the next paragraph while you're at it?
Yeah, go right ahead. I'll be 2 seconds. I'm just bringing
Alrighty,
it all back in.
okay. Today, on the most windy and stormy and rainy and cloudy and sad of days, he decided he needed to eat and went to Teco. When he went inside, there were no baskets. This was weird, Roger thought, that there must be giving them a break.
Giving
today,
the shopping
so
carts a break.
He saw that 3 bread was on sale, so he was going to buy it, and then a big fat hairy man ran up and said, "No, that's not for you." And he took the sale sign away, which made the bread go back up to $100,000. This is all in the future, so that's normal for the future. Roger made a face similar to this. And he said, "But if you don't give me that, I will starve."
Starve.
And the fat man laughed, and his fat went bouncy from laughing.
Laugh you.
Then one of Ron's enemies died. So Ron felt his anger rising. That's what happens when his enemies die. So he punched the man so hard that his fat fell off, and the man was so angry that he cried blood. Then the lights went out so fast that Roger knew that he was going to be murdered. A black mist came out of the cereal boxes, and bacon was flying everywhere. Pancakes mix was splashing over the counters. Freezers freezing at a higher temperature than normal, so that it was freezing the frozen too much. Because that's what freezers do when they get to the higher temperature.
I like that word better than pizza. Pizzazz.
Pizzazz. Ron ran away. Also, can you confirm is this what retail is like on a daily basis?
Often I have to sucker punch people so hard that the fat comes out of their epidermis.
Okay. Ron ran way far away so that the aisle that's always full of people, it has lots of sweets and crisps. Yummy. There was 15 monsters there, all black and eyes oogieing with blood and tears that looked like bacon, but they were actually dead people's skin. He screamed, "Fat man, help!" But when the fat man came, he said, "You punched my fat, and now you will pay. I am your enemy." And then he ran outside and went inside of the freezer, but forgot that the freezers froze too hard, and now he died from freeze.
Roger ran to a exit and was almost out when he tripped on something. He looked down and saw his enemy saying, "Help me, the pancakes were too string." And he said, "No, I am Roger. You were Ron's friend, not mine, smelly." And he ran out the door. He was safe. He got out. He escaped. He avoided death. He was alive. He was tall. He was safe. He was Roger. Then he went back in for the bread, but forgot about the monsters. So when he got the bread, the monsters came between the slices and cried blood from their months, saying, "We are your enemies, Ron." He said, "How do you know my old name?" And then they ate him, and he just fell down on the floor crying from death. His last words were, "I am all your enemies." Then he fell down and died. Just before he died, he said, "I will now become a supermarket monster." So when you are in a supermarket, remember that Ron is waiting. In the future, though, because it's in the future, remember? Oh, boy.
Classic story.
That was a great way to kick off this day.
I am quite fond of this one.
As am I. Now, while I can do this, I'm going to just turn off my system. No. Not what I want to do.
Oh, boy.
I know I can do it. I just need to remember how. Motherfucker. Whatever. Fuck it.
Going that bad, huh?
Is the echo that bad on your end?
Mm.
I mean,
it can be.
What, does it just kind of depend on the
The
levels?
future is full of supermarket ghosts. Please save me.
Well, that can't be avoided. Maybe you should have thought about that before going to the future. I mean, we did warn you.
Oh, no. So, what we could do is find things more appropriate for why you wanted to do the stream in the first place, or I could just get a story of equal quality.
Future Colin said, "I have become a machine and I miss my bloods and skins."
How did... Okay, how do I do that again?
Do what now?
How do I do Microsoft Sam voice?
TTS. /TTS.
Oh my god, he changed his name.
You like that name?
Past Colin said, "Fight me, you lil bitch."
Beth, why are you doing this? You're gonna condemn me to the past.
I didn't do anything. What are you talking about?
Future Colin said, "Bring it. I know every move you will make."
Well, I just shot lemonade out my sinuses.
Oh, good. That's probably healthy.
How'd that feel, future me? Little bitch. Probably got a sinus infection from that.
Good. Great.
Future Colin said it will be the start of a long, slow death that future Colin will suffer from.
Beth, you know what you have to change your name to now, right?
To what?
You'll see. They'll all see.
This
is a great shit
who
post.
Colin, are you familiar with this one?
Mm-hmm.
That's a real classic.
How couldn't I be, Beth? I'm actually gonna go look for a retail-related creepypasta on the wiki. You know, after I read Thug Game with David and Seth.
Oh boy.
Future Colin said also the latest entry into the DC Extended Universe is as great as Justice League.
Well, that's funny. Isn't the latest entry into the DC Extended Universe Justice League? So what you're saying is Justice League is as great as itself.
Future Colin said get on my era BOI.
Get on my era. So I just Googled, or typed in retail into the search bar on the creepypasta
Future
wiki.
Colin said we're already on Dark Knight Returns 5 Revenge of Supergirl.
Excuse me, what? Beth, are we okay with banning text-to-speech now?
I mean, you personally
It wasn't
can
Collins. It was me. Dio said what about Dark Knight's medal?
It was me, Dio. Who joined now?
Hello.
Hello, Bringer. I'm a little scared to click this.
What would this be?
I just Googled, I typed in retail into the creepypasta wiki search bar, and I came across a page called Diddling Considered as One of the Exact Sciences. Like, I don't think there's another use for that word besides diddling kids. Like the bad use for the word. I'm gonna click it. Apparently by Edgar Allan Poe. And I was noticed that this is long.
ZA Worldo said this is a shit pasta.
What, have you already found it? Sawarudo. Just live stream JoJo's Bizarre Adventure all night. I'll read some fun tales from retail. And I'll send links and
What, that doesn't look like a good read to you?
Diddling Considered one of...
No, the one that I linked.
Oh, Today of All Blood?
No. I linked another one there if you look.
I'm gonna read it without going into it at all, okay? Because for those of you who don't know, because I'm putting this up at some point, I used to work at Walmart. And it sucked.
Insert generic JoJo meme here said I prefer Deadpool 8. The geezer years.
There's a lot of text-to-speech happening.
Wait, so Deadpool can never die? Does that mean he would just get, like, older until we have, like, he looks like a fucking mummy? This is a shit pasta? Well, I'm reading it anyways because it's about Walmart. You should see me. I'm in my shit posting.
It's not about Walmart. It's about Walmart.
No, I gotta send this real quick because I am in my shit post costume.
No, are you?
There you go.
Perfect.
Isn't that a great shit posting outfit?
I'd say so.
The anime surgical mask and all.
So good.
Insert generic JoJo meme here said weeb.
Ma'am.
Okay, but
Also, excuse me. This is the man saying this that whose username right now is literally insert generic JoJo meme here.
Could you imagine seeing that as you're about to be put on anesthetic for surgery?
No thanks.
Weeb said because JoJo is live.
Alright, Colin, you probably should go about turning the text-to-speech off, I feel.
Hold on, just let me do one thing before you turn it off.
Okay.
Past Colin said we will begin yo sug we now uwu.
Also, I'm not turning it off. I'm just saying that you should.
I don't know how. So, shall we begin? just you and me reading tonight, Beth.
It seems like it is.
I don't shop at Walmart. That's not a brag. I don't look down on people who regularly have to out of financial necessity. I'm just saying, maybe if I did, I would have noticed something sooner.
It was a late night, and I was out of a lot of essentials. I had just gotten off an all-day shift, and tomorrow was looking to be no different. I was resigning myself. I can't read tonight. I was resigning myself to having no toilet paper, no soap, and no milk until my next day off. Then I remembered I was also out of lunch meat, and I just went, fuck it. No way I was braving the workday without my customary sandwich.
I tooled around in my beater trying to find a 7-Eleven or something along those lines. When I saw that parking lot behemoth I'm sure we could all recognize in our sleep by now. I reviewed my options and resignedly turned my blinker on.
This man sounds like he lives a very, very sad life.
What that... he thinks about just going without toilet paper for several days. That's an option for him.
It shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be an option for anybody.
The parking lot was almost empty. There were no carts loose in the lot, which was a first for any store I'd been to. I got out of my car and walked into the store. There's no period there. The first problem didn't even hit me until I was securely inside the building, and probably would have driven any seasoned Wally Worlder scampering in the other direction.
The sign had said Walmart, not Walmart. My tired brain dismissed it as a reading comprehension error, instead of the first of many signs that something was very much wrong.
For the record, just to like clear up confusion for anybody listening by chance, just to specify, it's WALL Mart, not instead of WAL Mart.
It's supposed to be WAL Mart, to clarify that. But I was in those walls every day for a year.
Oh, good. Text-to-speech reads links. Good.
Good thing I can't hear it.
Good to know. Anyways. Let's see. The greeter at the door was an overweight man or woman. Didn't look too hard, didn't care. Who said, "Welcome to Walmart," with accents on the wrong syllables, so it came out as, "Welcome to Walmart." Again, tired of not paying much attention. Didn't even know what to expect. I just snagged my cart, which moves only slightly better than a bowler with square wheels, and set off.
Well, in their defense, that's every carriage at Walmart. All of them are fucking broken, dude. This place, man, it was big. I'm no newcomer to warehouse stores, but this place just went on and on. I shoved my cart down endless aisles, looking for any sign of my necessities. It seems like every aisle was just a mismatch of the same cheap crap regardless of the signs. I saw value packs of tools, toys, electronics, plasticware. Everything except what I needed.
The next weird thing presented itself when I actually examined one of the items. This thing was a 5-pack of pliers, but when I picked it up, I found that it was an empty package. The pliers behind the package were just pictures. I thought, sure, it was probably just a security measure, and I would have to bring it up to the cashier, and they'd fetch a real one from the security case. Then I looked at the next one, a pack of forks, same deal. I picked up a container of bleach.
Empty. I was not the only one in the store at the time. A couple of people as confused as me are wandering around looking lost. An old lady looked at my shirt hopefully and opened her mouth, and I shook my head.
At a store this big, you had to have a lot of personnel, didn't you? Courtesy clerks, loss prevention, stalkers, the works. I dragged my cart around, looking for the elusive breed. After, I kid you not, 10 minutes, I abandoned the cart because it was slowing me down. Still no employee in sight.
I had heard of rip-off stores before. Places like China where they had fake Apple stores so good that even employees didn't know who they were working for. But this was America. Why would they even do something like that here? And to what end? Anyone who tried it would probably get sued into the ground by corporate lawyers before they could open their doors.
I had nearly given up on finding the clerk when I caught a glimpse of someone going around a corner, dressed in those Wally World scrubs. I trotted after it, calling it, "Excuse me?"
They didn't slow down. I got louder.
I got louder. "Excuse me." I switched to a light jog.
Somehow, this person stayed well ahead of me, despite appearing to be strolling at a casual pace. I broke into a run.
These are good paragraphs, huh?
Yeah. Someone walked out of the aisle ahead of us, pushing another stubborn cart, looking the other way. The clerk turned to go down one of the other aisles.
The other side of the clerk looked exactly the same.
I stopped in my tracks, not sure what I'd just seen. The other customer caught sight of the clerk leaving and huffed and puffed, pushing their cart after the retreating specter.
I had just seen the clerk turn a complete 180 degrees and never seen a face. The front of the clerk had been identical to the back. No facial features, nothing at all.
I looked up and realized I had no idea where I was. The clerk had only led me deeper and deeper into the store. There were no windows in this place, and the aisle stretched on for even longer than I had originally gathered. What the hell was this place? I shivered a little.
I thought for a minute that wasn't part of the story and you were just saying that. Where it's just like, I looked up and I lost my place. Where are we again? Anyways, time to find the doors.
I hunted fruitlessly down the aisles for a while before realizing what an idiot I was. I needed to find a wall and follow that until I hit the front. Easy as pie, right?
Wrong.
I found the wall and walked along its surface. I made 5 perpendicular turns. 5 times I followed the wall exactly. No front door. I was starting to become really scared.
Okay, this wasn't a real store, but why couldn't I find the door? I thought about it and figured that maybe they had a way to disguise the doors on the inside of the wall so that when they closed, they disappeared. Nobody looked back when they walked into the store, did they?
Shout. Were you... I continued walking my circuit, patting the walls, looking for a likely place.
Hello, is anyone there?
A shaky voice came from an aisle cap behind me. I wasn't really ready to trust anyone in this place, but I thought it wouldn't hurt to answer.
I'm here. Are you another customer?
Oh, thank God. It was a lady's voice. I could hear the scrape of a cart dragging it on the tile floor. I've been here for hours. My cell doesn't get any reception. Could you help me out? I seem to be lost.
Sure. I looked down the next aisle. Can you walk in a straight line over to me?
I'm sorry, this aisle appears to be capped here. It's just shelves on either side, and then a dead end.
Can you follow it to the other end?
I've tried. Maybe you can see something I'm missing?
With a lot of misgivings, I stepped away from the wall to get down the aisle. I tried to guide the woman with my voice. She was very apologetic for troubling me. She felt so silly for getting lost in a straight line, and her husband would think.
I hit the end of the aisle and got a cold chill. There was the aisle cap, extra wide. The aisle to either side were empty.
I called. Are you there?
Yes, do you see anything?
Do you?
I just see another shelf with all the same crap that's on the others. Her voice held a touch of panic. I just see another shelf with all the same crap that's on the others. Her voice held a touch of panic. I don't know how I got myself in here. If there's some opening I'm not seeing, maybe I wandered into an employee-only area.
It was hard to swallow past the lump in my throat.
Maybe, I lied. Listen, I'm going to find the front door and call someone, okay? I'll be back as soon as I can. Just try not to go somewhere that doesn't open up, okay?
Now I'm the one that lost my spot.
Starts with okay.
Okay, the woman seemed a little better now that she had the comforting lie that someone would take care of it. I had no idea what I was doing, but she didn't need to know that.
I found the wall again and followed it, aggressively punching shelves. I scattered useless merchandise mock-ups to look for secret entrances. The space between the aisles got longer. I would see an aisle cap, 2, 3 aisles wide. I heard other people calling out. I started running along the walls, looking for seams. There was no checkout stands, no food court, nothing to indicate where the doors might be. It was a seamless cube of junk, and I was running laps fruitlessly.
My first and only stroke of luck hit me that night. I found the greeter.
From far away, it looked like a person. From the corner of your eye, if you were distracted and not paying attention, it looked like a person. But if you really studied, you realized it had a bunch of weird formations on its head that only just looked like a face. Sort of like those pictures made up of thousands of colored dots. It only looked like a thing from further back. Up close, it was just a bunch of meaningless blobs.
The critter waddled along like it didn't know how to walk. Not an exaggeration. It kept putting its feet wrong and twisting its body like it wasn't used to being bipedal. I crept up behind it and grabbed its shirt collar.
The greeter blinked. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. It had no eyes, just a bunch of stubs that cast shadows that happened to look like eyes from far away. It spooked me so much I let go of its collar.
I cannot visualize that. I don't know what that means.
Me either, but in a sense it kinda creeps me out.
Where's the door? I demanded.
The thing shuffled a bit. Welcome to Walmart.
Where's the fucking door? I gave the thing a little shove. Look, if you let me out, I won't call the cops. Just let me go.
The greeter looked around, then back at me. Welcome to Walmart?
I had a horrible realization dawn on me. Like the double-sided clerk, this probably had only one purpose. I wasn't going to get anywhere with it because there was literally nowhere to go.
I went a little crazy then. I was hungry, tired, and desperate. I threw the greeter at the wall and it rippled like a condom full of Jell-O.
That's a very...
Sorry, what? Can you repeat that line for me one more time?
Certainly.
I threw the greeter at the wall and it rippled like a condom full of Jell-O.
I mean, you do this condom filled with Jell-O.
Jen, how long have you been listening?
Very long, I think.
Not very long.
Well, this is a story about a creepy maze Walmart.
Give me just a moment. There you go. Have this, guys.
Oh boy, a break for some good old-fashioned bad.
Also, I totally get what the stippling technique is. I get that. I just more mean like the shadow blinking thing is what I'm not getting. Okay, so you guys can watch that at your leisure. I'll just keep going. Where were we?
The wall.
Yes, the wall opened up.
I could smell the sweet night air of freedom and started running. Good thing too, because the wall almost immediately started closing as I ran. It hit me on the elbow hard. I had a bruise for days, but I was out. The greeter wasn't so lucky. I could hear the squeals as the door pinched shut on it, but I didn't stop to look. I ran to my car and gunned it out of there. I parked in a nearby... Oh, sorry.
I parked in a nearby strip mall and called the cops. I'm afraid I wasn't the best reporter, though. Somewhere between spouting off fake Walmart and prisoners, the dispatcher hung up on me. I decided to drive to a police station, but my slightly calmer story was only met with skepticism. After what seemed like hours, I finally got an officer to agree to accompany me to the site.
I'd like to say one thing. Police dispatchers are not allowed to just hang up on people. Whenever I hear that in a story, it gets me really mad. Because that's something everyone says in the story. It's like, the officer hung up on me. Like, no, the fuck they didn't. Here's the thing. I had been aimlessly driving around when I stumbled on the Walmart. I had been panicked as I fled from it. Now I had to admit I was completely lost. The officer eventually told me if I couldn't find the store, I would have to come back and file a report. I let them go and fled back to my apartment, swallowing down my guilt. I had left everyone trapped in that store. I hoped that they could at least hang on until morning. I called in sick.
I called in sick to my job and drove around, searching Walmart. I looked through every shopping center, strip mall, anywhere that even slightly resembled the place I'd gotten lost in last night. I'd gone last night, yes.
Finally, I found a donut place I remembered from that night, and from there I was able to retrace my route. I wound up at a big warehouse-type building with that familiar parking lot, all of last night's cars still in place.
The building was empty. No signs, no sign, no shelves, nothing.
I've looked around since then, every chance I get. I've never seen another Walmart.
Credited to Demon's Dance alone. There you go.
I've never
There's
seen
Walmart.
another Walmart. I think that's a good ending.
I will
Because
say,
there's no more Walmarts.
this story was actually pretty good.
Eh,
I mean, I enjoyed
it's
it.
got some interesting imagery going for it, but